What is up, everybody? Today we're taking a look at this duplex in Worthington, Ohio, and we're trying to figure out if it's a house hack worth trying to get into and what the investment strategy would be to try and take this property down. This is a very interesting property because one, it's over $1 million. It's in Worthington, so it's in one of the better school districts in the area. Each side is a 4-bed, 2.5-bath condo. So they're selling it either together or as two separate condos, and they're trying to get, as you can see, over 500 per side in a condo. So first things first, we're going to comp this thing, see if it's really worth, according to the market, what they're trying to say it is. And I'm going to explain some nuance in doing that and how we attack that. And then we're going to go in and see what the returns would be like as an investment property, and if this thing really is one of the best house hacks that we can find, or if it's just straight trash and garbage. So this is how we do it. Follow along. Here we go. So first things first to know about it, this is a very nice property. This is a large backyard. It's freshly redone. It's very well done. It's in one of the best school districts in the area. And each side of the duplex is a 4-bed, 2.5-bath condo. Now, already those are massive properties. So square footage wise, this place has 4,180 square feet. So right off the bat, this place has a lot of square footage, right? It's all well done. Like, it's very trendy. It fetches a lot of money. Also noticed here, 101 days on Realtor. It's been on the market over 100 days. I'm using realtor.com, by the way, instead of the MLS, because this way anybody can do it and it's just accessible to the public. So that's why I'm using this. So yeah, it's 101 days on the market. What does that tell us? Well, first off, it tells us that it's probably a little overpriced. You can see they've already dropped the price $35K. And already by going up to that $1 million mark, you're already really shrinking the pool of buyers that are interested in that price point. So it's already going to be low. That's why they listed it as both a double and as two condos. So they attracted both the investors and the individual buyers. The trouble I see with trying to do a condo in Worthington like this, in this location, for this kind of a premium, is that houses that are single family homes are selling for less per square foot than this condo they're asking for. So not only are you probably, if you buy it as a condo, you're going to have a condo due or a condo fee, because the building, even though it's 2 units, is still technically going to be a condo, and you'll have to work with the other person and have a condo association and all that kind of bullshit. So that, as a buyer, would you rather deal with that for $500,000, or would you rather buy your own single family in the same area for $500,000? And we're going to look at it as a house hack, because that's going to be the most value to an individual person, because you're going to put the least amount of money down, you're going to live in it, you're going to have a beautiful place to live, and you're going to live there for a fraction of the price, hopefully, that you would have had you bought the full $1 million place, right? Or the full $500,000 place, right? So let's take a look at how we would run these numbers. So what I did first off is I comped this thing. So I found what I tried to find was the highest price comp in the area. So this thing sold in 6 days right down the street. It's 4-bed. It's 3.5 baths. So it's got one extra bathroom, and it's got 3,000 square feet. Okay. So this thing is rated at, if we do some quick math here, $223 and some change per square foot is what it sold for. Now, granted, this thing sold back in, oh shit, this thing just sold. It listed on 6/30. Oh, holy shit, it sold yesterday or Wednesday. Okay, very recent comp. So this is a great comp. So this shows you how hot the Worthington area is still, right? This is also on some land, so take that into account. But so one of the highest comps in the area, right? $223. So like the most we could ever expect to get to this place is $223 a square foot. This bitch is listed at $245 a square foot. So even more than the highest single family comp. And you're telling me you're trying to sell it as a condo. Doesn't match the same utility, doesn't match the same buyer profile. That's the biggest problem with this property. So right away, the most I'm ever consider paying for this bitch is going to be $223 a square foot, which is 4,180 square feet. So the most I would ever pay for this thing is $932. I don't think we'd offer that. But let's so 932, let's say that's the top end we'd ever consider paying. What does that do for us as far as returns or as far as house hacking? Okay, so if it's 930 grand, let's just say it's 930, we're going to get a full monthly payment with taxes, insurance, PMI, all that kind of shit included. This is a quoted interest rate. I don't know how accurate it is. I guess we could up that to like, let's up it to 6. Let's say it's worst case. So you're at $7,400 a month is your total all-in monthly payment as like an owner occupant there. Okay, so at 930 grand at a 6% interest rate, your total monthly payment is gonna be about $7,400. Now you could budget a couple extra $100 or some extra money according to your risk tolerance to have for maintenance and issues that come up and everything like that. But this place is pretty new. So for right now, just calling it $7,400, we should be pretty good to understand the full impact of what the bill is really going to be or should be about. So now how much will this place rent for? So what we can do is we put in our rent estimator on Bigger Pockets, we put 159 East Dublin, Granville Road, Worthington, Ohio, 4-bed, 2.5 bath. Okay, like $2,900 it looks like. 2,300. Yeah, we'll call, we're gonna call it, again, being like kind of outrageous here, we're gonna call it 3 grand. Let's just call it, we're gonna get 3 grand for rent for one side as a long-term rental for this place. So if your total monthly payment is 4 grand or $7,400, okay, and then you have a 3 grand rent payment that gets chipped in, you're still paying $4,400 to live there on your own. So the only way that would make sense for you is if your current living costs or the costs of living in an equally nice place was going to be more than that. However, we've already kind of proven that this place is already kind of on the more expensive side, even if you were to buy a single family home. So the benefit really here, if you're into it, is that you would get $1 million asset or a $930,000 asset, but you'd be paying on it as if you were paying on something at about half that worth, or maybe a little less than half, or a little more than half. So that's your benefit, is you're building equity in an asset that's a lot larger, but a large portion of the payment you're making towards that asset is handled by somebody else. So if you look at it from that aspect and you don't really need the cash flow to like get by, and if it doesn't really impact your living expenses, it could be a good idea for you. However, for me, I would want to see at least half of my total monthly payment handled. So if you had more cash and you could put more cash down and you could get to that 20%, you could save $700 a month in mortgage insurance. That's how you can start to trim things down. You can save a couple $100 in interest. So if you need to get it down more, there's ways to do that if you have cash, or you can increase revenue on the other end of things, and you can do things like short-term or medium-term rental to try and increase that revenue. So overall, this isn't a home run by any means of a house hack, but for the right person, it could be a great decision to set them up financially for a long-term asset appreciation play. So very cool property, very interesting. Definitely haven't seen very many of them before. So wanted to take a look and run the numbers. So let me know what y'all think. Run the numbers yourself, see what you get. What do you think of it as a house hack or as an investment? And would you do this deal? Why or why not? I'd be curious to find out. Leave it down in the comments, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.